court? Did they vote for him?
Did he campaign across the country?
He campaigned across where he campaigned. Did they vote for him?
What about that?
He campaign in Ondo.
What about that theory?
Where
they say I vote doesn't count?
Chamberlain, perhaps perhaps I think he should also take us through what campaign is about. Perhaps maybe he doesn't know the language of campaigning in the country.
What's the language? Naira and Kobo. Right? You know, look, and that's why I said a while ago that Nigerians must decide the kind of society that they want.
So it starts from there, because you can't even complain when you say you're not fighting corruption.
Yeah.
When you, the follower, expect something from the politician before you can actually put the
if you are a parent,
ballot in. So
like, if you are a parent, and right from secondary school, you perfected the art of bribing the teachers of your ward or your son or your child so that it can be passed in examination. So what kind of son are you going to have eventually? Obviously an incompetent person, right? So we must decide the kind of society we want to build. And, you know, we can blame political leadership. We can do a lot of things. Look, I'll give you an example. Every day, people come on air, people complain about lack of intra-party democracy, that there is intra-party dictatorship in these political parties. But what do? Lagos, everywhere, across the board. Primaries will not be allowed. And then those people stay in those parties. Rather than go out, they say, no, this is the winning platform. They start begging, they start, you know, prostrating, they start dehumanizing themselves, just begging, do all sorts of things just to get that ticket. Other platforms are there for them to go to prove a point. No, they won't do it. That's the opportunism we're talking about. So it's not just about the people alone. It's also about the politicians themselves.
Is it opportunism or realism?
No.
I mean, it's about, because some people will say, assuming, for instance, say independent candidacy were allowed, maybe that would, you know, you would see a lot of people standing by themselves and saying, I have enough clout to do this. But in a situation where you still need a political party, you need a platform of a political party, and you know how much it takes to run that machinery, would you not oftentimes, or you find people eating their pride to say, if I'm truly out to serve, let me do this and let me see what becomes of it?
No, let me give you an example. And I'm not proud of the example, but let me just give you that example. In Ondo State, Governor Olusegun Mimiko wanted desperately to be a governor. He was in AD, he was in PDP. He was even given a ministerial appointment to quieten him so that he could, you know, slow down on his ambition because you had a PDP governor. He refused. He jumped out of the PDP and jumped into a Labour Party that before then had no
base.
Now, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo went to Ondo State, and at the political rally, he abused him thoroughly. He even used such expletives as maybe you won't see me. We've given him everything. But now he still insisted that he wanted to be governor. He won the election. He was denied by INEC. This same INEC. He was INEC. And he went to court and he won. And he became a governor. So the point I'm making is that it is not about realism. It's opportunism. The idea that you want to stay on a platform because you believe that that's the platform that will get you to power. And in any case, it is power for power's sake. So
not for the people?
Not for the people. So why do you need to go to another political party? Why do you even need to form a political party? Why do you need to work with like minds to have a political party? That's the point I'm making.
No, but didn't he prove a case in this point? Where, in spite of all they tried to stop him, with his clout, he moved to that party and got himself victory.
That's the point I'm making.
Now imagine that.
Is that not why they keep moving from one place to the other?
And that's why I said earlier that they are power mongers. It's not, I told you, simply, I said, I'm not proud of that example. But I will cite it all the same because it's part and parcel of our contemporary, you know, political development. That's why I cited that example. So the ease with which politicians straddle the political parties just hunting for platform to use in an election is condemnable.
So
but
who do we
what they
blame? The people, the politicians, or what?
I won't blame the politician much. I blame the people more. Why? You know, as it is said in Yoruba, agbára òjò lóhùn nílé ń wó, onílé ni ò ní gbà fún. You know, the erosion, ferocious, won't tell you, won't spare your building or your edifice. So you are the one, the owner of the tenement, that has to protect your house ahead of the flood, right? So politicians won't say that they won't do anything. They can get away with murder. The electorate, the citizenry, will be the one to say, no, we won't allow this to pass. This opportunity will not pass. So if you leave your platform and then jump quickly into another, well, no, we'll deny you that opportunity. So it's not about politicians.
So are you saying that Nigerians must always tell their leaders to stay in whatever party it is that they have been known
People have the right
to be with?
to join a political party of their choice.
Yes.
But rights also have responsibility. Why do you think, you cited the example of Labour Party. You know, in England now you have a coalition, Liberal Democrats and Conservatives, the Tories. Now, although they are in a coalition under a Prime Minister who is a Conservative,
Tory, yeah.
you know, you're not going to have a situation whereby the Liberal Democrats will quickly dump their party and say, now that we are in the winning party, we will submerge our identity under the Tories. That's the point I'm making. So it is not that that right is not there. It is not that that option is not there, even in England or in the United States. It is that people are responsible. They know that, yes, all our political life, this is what we said we'll be doing, right? And look, when you have election, another midterm election is coming in the United States, and Democrats want to, you know, capture the Congress. Now, when you have an election, do you see parties crossing to the other side across the aisle because that party has just swept the polls? It doesn't happen.
All right. We're out of time, GT. We have to thank you for coming on this morning. Jiti Ogunye is a legal practitioner. Yes. But interesting perspectives. Don't forget, keep your questions and comments coming through. We're back in just a moment here. Please don't go.